Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sorry it's been so long since I posted a video with the holidays and then also making gifts for Christmas for people, so I couldn't make videos about making the gifts. And then there was a few videos I filmed and then I looked back at the footage and I hated it. So that's kind of why I had this little hiatus. I think it's been like maybe a month or maybe 2 months since I posted a video. I'm not sure. Anyway, it is New Year's Eve today and I just got home yesterday from going to Minnesota for Christmas, and I was actually there for 2 weeks, so that's another reason why I didn't have a lot of crafts that I was doing, or that I could film at least. The reason I brought up Minnesota is because when I was there, I grabbed all of my show t-shirts that I didn't want to throw away, but I never wore, and I'm gonna make a quilt out of them, because this is, I think, like the most classic memory quilt people do is like show t-shirts or their soccer jerseys or whatever sports related things. I think it's so cute and I want to do it. And some of the shows I've been in didn't have t-shirts, like the ones in high school we didn't get show t-shirts for, but the people in college like to get them. So we had them for my college shows. And then I'm also including a couple other ones that aren't from shows, but they just kind of like relate to my artistic experience. So I lay them out kind of in color order, just like so I can get a visual on what I want to do. I'm going to be doing 13 by 13 squares because there's some of these that have bigger graphics. And then I have this rough pattern here. As you can see, I tried to draw it and I didn't like the color order, so I redid it. This is kind of roughly what I think it's going to look like, but I also am probably going to switch it around once I actually get to it. So this is just so I could kind of visualize it in my mind. So I'm going to have to cut the squares and then interface them all and then recut them to be more precise once they're all ironed and flat on the interfacing. So honestly, the bulk of this quilt is going to be cutting, because sewing it together, I don't have to do any like squares or anything. It's just sewing the cutouts together. Just like last year, I work tomorrow, and so I'm not doing anything or going out or anything. And last year, I also stayed up and sewed into the night until midnight. So I figured I would continue the tradition this year. Okay, so I've tried many different layouts, and this is the one I've landed on. Kind of similar to what I drew, but not really. All right, there wasn't much to record in the attachment process, but the quilt top is done. It's so cute. I love it. It's bigger than I imagined it in my head, but it's exactly the right measurements that I did. I just can't imagine things in my head apparently. But now it is time to make the quilt sandwich and hand quilt it and bind it, which I will not finish the hand quilting today, obviously, but as long as I start it, I'll feel good. All right, the quilt sandwich is done. It's time for some hand quilting. I have 2.5 hours until midnight to do this hand quilting. Obviously, I'm not going to finish it tonight, but I have 2.5 hours to work on it. Hello. So I've taken a huge break on this quilt because I was waiting for these in the mail, which are little silicone thimbles, because my fingers were hurting so bad when I was doing this. And I don't know how I made it through that other quilt that I did, because there was way more stitching. But somehow this time, I don't know, I was cutting my fingers up bad with that needle. So we have these now. And I know that I'm going so slow on posting these videos this year, but it's because I've started 3 really big projects, and those are the videos I'm making. I can't do any other crafts when I'm doing these projects because I need to finish them. So they're going to take a little longer to come out, but they're big fun projects. So okay, the hand quilting is done. Are my stitches small or neat? No, but they're better than last time. And also, there were a couple holes in the t-shirts that I interfaced, and I just did some stitching over them because t-shirts aren't going to fray. I just didn't want it to separate from the interfacing after use and stuff, so I just attached them like this. So now I'm going to trim up the sides and bind it. She is all done. Oh my goodness. It turned out so nicely. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And it's actually pretty big. Like, as you can see, this is a full-size bed and it's hanging over the edges a little bit on both sides. Obviously, it doesn't cover the whole thing, but that was never the plan. So very nice throw size. So first quilt done of the year. The second one's on the way. I'm in the process of making it. I'm maybe halfway done with the quilt top, but it's taking me quite a while. So we don't know when we'll see that one. But I also have another video in the works. So there's 2 more in the works. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that this inspired you to do something with old materials you have. And I've been really, really enjoying doing these memory like quilts and pillows. I just did another set of pillows for my aunt with some jerseys from her sons, when they were kids. And I just really enjoy doing this. So thank you for watching. If you haven't done something creative yet today, go and do something creative. Bye.